Carney implodes under reporters' pressure, demands censorship. Poilievre destroys him in Takedown. In the current political landscape of Canada, tensions are rising as the election approaches, particularly between Liberal leader Mark Carney and Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre. Recent events have highlighted Carney's struggles under scrutiny, leading to accusations of censorship and a lack of transparency that resonate with voters across the country. Mark Carney, who has recently taken the helm of the Liberal Party, is facing significant pressure as he navigates his campaign. His statements have come under fire, particularly regarding his plans for housing and economic policies. Critics have pointed out that Carney's proposals seem to echo past Liberal rhetoric without offering substantial new solutions. For instance, he has promised a $35 billion modular home program, which many view as a rehash of previous commitments rather than a genuine innovation in housing policy. This lack of originality raises concerns among constituents who are looking for real change rather than recycled promises that have failed to materialize in the past. Moreover, Carney's ties to Brookfield Asset Management, a company that stands to benefit from his housing initiatives, have raised eyebrows. This connection has led to accusations of potential conflicts of interest, further complicating his campaign narrative. Voters are increasingly aware of how interconnected corporate and political interests can influence policy decisions, and many feel uneasy about electing a leader who may prioritize corporate gains over the needs of everyday Canadians. The perception that Carney is more aligned with big business than with the average citizen could severely impact his credibility. Pierre Poilievre has been quick to capitalize on Carney's missteps. He has effectively dismantled Carney's arguments, emphasizing the need for real solutions rather than bureaucratic expansions. Poilievre's campaign has focused on accountability and transparency, contrasting sharply with Carney's perceived evasiveness. This strategy resonates with voters frustrated by a political class that often appears disconnected from the realities of their lives. Poilievre's ability to connect with constituents through relatable anecdotes and straightforward language has proven effective, making him a formidable opponent. In recent debates, Poilievre has consistently challenged Carney's credibility, questioning his ability to relate to the average Canadian. He highlighted Carney's background as an international banker, suggesting it does not equip him to understand the struggles of ordinary citizens. This narrative taps into a broader sentiment among voters who feel alienated by politicians who seem more comfortable in boardrooms than in their communities. Poilievre's ability to convey empathy and understanding has allowed him to position himself as an advocate for the common person, contrasting sharply with Carney's more polished, corporate demeanor. The political discourse has also been marred by accusations of censorship and misinformation. Carney's campaign has been criticized for attempting to control narratives and suppress dissenting voices. This has led to a broader discussion about the implications of government control over information, particularly in light of recent legislation like Bill C-18, which restricts news sharing on social media platforms. Critics argue that such measures are more about stifling opposition than protecting the public from misinformation. The perception that the government is prioritizing censorship over genuine dialogue has fueled skepticism among voters, further complicating Carney's position as he seeks to rally support. The impact of misinformation in the digital age cannot be overstated. Many Canadians are grappling with conflicting narratives online, making it increasingly challenging to discern fact from fiction. This environment has led to a heightened sense of distrust in mainstream media and government institutions. Voters are turning to alternative sources of information, often leading to echo chambers where misinformation can thrive. Carney's attempts to control the narrative may backfire, as citizens grow more resolute in their demand for transparency and accountability. Additionally, the rise of social media as a political tool has transformed how candidates communicate with voters. Poilievre has effectively utilized platforms like Twitter and Facebook to engage directly with constituents, bypassing traditional media channels that may filter or spin his message. His ability to mobilize supporters online has given him an advantage, allowing him to create a grassroots movement that resonates with those who feel marginalized by the political establishment. This direct engagement has not only bolstered his campaign, but has also fostered a sense of community among his supporters, making them feel invested in the political process. As Election Day draws closer, the stakes are higher than ever. Voter turnout will be crucial, and both parties are acutely aware of the need to engage their bases while appealing to undecided voters. Carney's struggles under pressure, combined with Poilievre's effective counterarguments, create a dynamic and contentious political environment. Voters are increasingly aware of the implications of censorship and the need for transparency in leadership. The Liberal Party's recent history, marked by scandals and broken promises, weighs heavily on Carney's campaign. He must not only distance himself from these past failures, but also present a compelling vision for the future. However, the shadow of previous Liberal leaders looms large, making it difficult for him to carve out a distinct identity. Moreover, as issues like rising crime rates and economic instability dominate public discourse, Carney's ability to address these concerns will be pivotal. Voters want to see concrete plans that tackle the root causes of these problems rather than vague assurances. Poilievre has capitalized on this discontent, framing his policies as proactive measures aimed at restoring safety and economic security. His focus on lowering taxes, building homes, and reducing crime resonates with those who feel overwhelmed by current challenges and are looking for a leader who can deliver results. In this environment, the outcome of the election could hinge on how well each leader addresses these critical issues and connects with the electorate. Voters are not just looking for rhetoric, they want to see actionable plans that reflect their realities. As Carney and Poilievre continue to clash, the contrasting visions for Canada's future will become increasingly clear, shaping the decisions of millions of Canadians as they head to the polls. As we approach Election Day, the political landscape remains charged with uncertainty. Carney must navigate the treacherous waters of public opinion, media scrutiny, and internal party dynamics, while Poilievre seeks to leverage his momentum into a decisive victory. The stakes have never been higher, and the choices made in the coming weeks will have lasting implications for the direction of the country. Voters are ready to make their voices heard, and how well each candidate responds to this call will ultimately determine the outcome of this pivotal election. In a nation where trust in leadership is paramount, the ability of both candidates to communicate authentically and effectively will be critical. Carney's challenge lies not only in overcoming his past but also in convincing voters that he can lead Canada into a new era of prosperity and integrity. Poilievre, on the other hand, must continue to build on his momentum, ensuring that his message reaches those who feel neglected by the current administration. The coming weeks will reveal whether Carney can regain his footing or if Poilievre will capitalize on the growing discontent to secure a victory that could reshape Canadian politics for years to come.